Good morning from Buffalo. I made it in on the train yesterday and not a bad trip. And then I spent the night here at the Hostel Buffalo. And if you're into the bohemian kind of thing, it's actually pretty nice. As hostels go, it's probably a 7 or 8. I've been in better, I've been in worse. But this is 667 Main Street, and it's about 1.5 miles to the trail, which is where I'm going now. So I'll see you there. All right, so from the hostel, I took a little cut over to Pearl Street, and there are bike lanes here, which is nice. And this should take me all the way down to the waterfront and the beginning of the trail. It's a little chilly this morning. I think it's about 45. It's not too bad. I got a couple of layers on, so if it gets a little bad by the waterfront, I'll throw on my rain jacket just as a wind layer. But you know, it's October in Buffalo, so you get what you get. It's a sunny day and I'm not going to complain. Okay, so there's supposed to be a medallion by the waterfront, and that's what I'm looking for. Is the medallion which kind of designates the start of the trail. And there's a large, what looks to be a naval vessel over here, so I'm pretty sure that's where the water starts. Canal side, Buffalo and Erie County Naval Park. Well, that makes sense. All right, let me get over to the naval park, and then we'll get to the water side and look for the marker, and I'll check my phone just to see where it is. All right, so here is the 0 mark, and if you're wondering where it is, right over here is the Naval Military Park, and there's a small canal, and then you follow that around, and then you come up to the mile 0 mark. And of course it was hard for me to find because, well, a car parked right in front of it, so you know, things and issues and stuff. But all right, now it's time to hop the trail, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can actually find the trail and keep going. Oh, hang on, that's cool. Okay, so right here is a submarine, or the top of a submarine. I didn't even notice that when I rode by. That is cool. All right, well, let's see if we can find this trail. Okay, so it's not an actual submarine, it's the top of a submarine. I don't know exactly what you call that, but anyway, that was from the USS Boston, and that was the top of that submarine. Oh, there's some cool stuff over here. This is very awesome. A little Huey helicopter, a couple of jets back there, like Vietnam era jets. So very cool. All right, I think the path goes this way, so that's where I'm going. And we'll see what else is here. This is the naval park. There's a Korean War memorial there. Not sure which one this is. Vietnam. Yeah. Walk your bike. So it says to walk my bike. So you know what? I'm going to be a responsible biker, and I'm going to walk my bike because I don't want to piss anybody off here. I'm a visitor to their spot, so I'm going to walk my bike. It's not that much further through this part of the trail because they really want you to walk. It's spray painted on the sidewalk like every 2 feet. So but I believe I'm supposed to go left here, and then I'm gonna get off of this sidewalk and go down here by the waterfront, and then we will start, yeah, this way. This looks like a waterfront trail. So we will begin here. All right, after following Waterfront Drive, the trail kind of follows Waterfront Drive for a little bit. It's a little bit hard to find, but you know, little Google Maps and my GPS, and I got there. But now the trail kind of wanders back and goes right by the waterfront. So you can see we are right on the edge of the water now. And there's a really nice bike lane here. So we're just going to cruise here for a while. Okay, kind of turn towards the path. Well, the path turns towards the Peace Bridge, just right up in front of me. So you can see that. And that heads over to Canada. So any shoreline you're seeing on kind of the left-hand side is Canada. So that's kind of cool. And we're kind of, I guess we're going to go under the Peace Bridge. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out. But that's kind of cool. Nice to see traffic flowing across the bridge. I know that wasn't the case for a long time, so. And ooh, first little uphill with this bag, these new bags packed on my bike. I think there's a little bridge that goes over the highway, and I believe that's where we're going. But first I gotta stop at the overlook, take a couple of pictures. It's a really nice stretch riding along Niagara Street, and they have a dedicated bike lane section for both directions, and it is very well separated from the main traffic. So absolutely bike friendly here on the Niagara Street part of the trail. Oh! The only thing you got to watch for is the stoplights, which you get cruising and you forget to stop. So, and it's really pretty here. A lot of old buildings and stuff along the way. There's giant bikes right there. I guess that's campus bicycles, which I don't need anything from there, but there is a bike shop there if you need something. So, picked up a little bit of a headwind as I'm riding along the lake, which is not super fun. Hopefully, kind of as I turn from the north and get going more east, it'll kind of start hitting my backside a little bit, and that'd be nice. But right now I'm still moving up the lakeside, and I'm still on the Shoreline Trail, the Empire Trail, and the Canal Trail. So they do have signs there every now and then. And they also just started posting these, as you can see it as I run over it here, max 15 miles per hour signs. So I can imagine if you're riding your road bike, you could easily get past that 15 mile per hour speed limit. Because I was just cruising in town at 15. So yeah, I kind of get it. Okay, I'm taking a break about, I don't know, 11 miles or so into the trail. I'm near the town of Tonawanda, and that's Canada over there. And this is my bike. So I thought I'd give a rundown on my bike setup since I haven't done that yet. And it's a little different than my last tour that I did. So anyway, this bike is a Poseidon. It's a flat bar, it's a gravel bike. But it's the Poseidon X is the model. If you want to look it up, they're pretty nice gravel bikes, not super expensive, with mechanical disc brakes and a 1x drivetrain. So that's kind of what I was looking for. I did switch out the tires on it, so I'm running 40Cs. These are a little wider than what comes on it, which are usually 35s. So these are 40s, but they've got a really nice flat center line, so they roll really well on paved tracks, but they've got good knobby grips on the side, so you know, enough traction for turns and things like that. Since I'm in the front here, let me go ahead and walk you through. This is my my roll bag on the front on the handlebars. I've got my tent and my sleeping pad in there. Maybe something else, I'm not sure, but anyway, that's pretty much what's up there. I do have water bottle cages on the sides, so I've got 2 water bottles on the sides there. Up top I've got a headlight here, and I've got another headlight over here, and my bell. I put these grips on, they're okay. I just wanted something with a little bit more flatness, and they've got a side horn on here so I can change hand positions a little bit, so a little bit better. Got my Garmin 530 up here, so that's kind of how I do my navigation. I've got another water bottle in the back here. It's kind of a shorty. My bell, I'm running a mirror for the first time because there is some road sections here, so I wanted to make sure I had a mirror just to, you know, kind of add a little bit of safety. Another headlight up there, I think I said that. Over here I've got a top bag here, which just basically is loaded with snacks and like maybe some tissues or something like that. I have a frame pack here, so on this side, I think it's this side, I have my air pump and a flashlight and stuff, and on the other side I've got 2 spare inner tubes, and then snacks, lots of snacks. And I've got another water bottle cage down below, a couple of blocks here. I've got a seat bag, which is most of my tools and stuff I keep inside the seat bag. Then I do have a rack on the back, and on that rack I have, these are new to my setup, these are Ortlieb panniers, and or panniers, however you like to say it. These are roll tops. Ooh, got a little wave action going here, but anyway, these are waterproof roll top. They're like dry bags basically, but they fit on the rack, and they give me about 40 liters total of storage, which is better than the system I had last time. I like the other system I have, but for smaller trips, if I'm doing a long trip like this and I need a lot more warm weather clothing, which I do because it's cold, this is definitely gives me more storage. And speaking of cold, I went and got this. This is a Nemo switchback sleeping pad, but you can see with the silver foil lining on here, so it's thermal protection as well, so it gives me a little bit more R value on the underneath my sleeping pad, so it just kind of keeps me away from the ground a little bit more and lets a little bit of my own heat kind of radiate back up towards me. That's the plan anyway. And then down below I have a brake light that I can run when I'm actually running on the trail, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I've done some work on the bike. I changed out the bottom bracket and did a couple other little things. Oh, and this is a new saddle. I've been trying this one out. This is the Ergon SR Men's Pro. So I'm just still in search of the perfect saddle. This one's okay, but you know, we'll see after 360 miles how I feel about it. But anyway, that's the bike setup. I'm gonna go ahead and hydrate, get a little snack, and then get back on the trail. We are headed to Middleport today, and that is about 46-ish miles from Buffalo, and I'll probably hit a lunch stop somewhere in between here and there. I'm not sure exactly what it is between. I'll look at the map and see, but anyway, that's my goal, is to hit Middleport tonight, and I'll be camping late Canal side this evening. So anyway, I'll check in further down the trail. Just another beautiful park along the Niagara River here by, I think we're still kind of right around Tonawanda, but yeah, I think about 5 miles, maybe a little bit further down the road or the trail, is Niagara Falls. We will be taking a right-hand turn before we get there. But anyway, just want to kind of show off another beautiful section of the trail here in Tonawanda. Really nice. So as you get towards North Tonawanda, the trail does end for a little while along the canal, and it puts you out on to the street. It's not a busy street. I unfortunately happen to be apparently here on garbage day, so it does kind of kick me out into the traffic lane every now and then. But anyway, it's pretty quiet. Okay, got another little road section here. This is on Tonawanda Creek Drive or Road, something along those lines. And kind of a busy road. It's like 45 miles an hour. It does have a decent shoulder, but once again, it's garbage day, so I've got to watch out when I'm passing the garbage cans that there's nothing coming behind me. But it's 45 for traffic on here, so just watch yourself and stay to the right. The trail did pick up back there in Tonawanda, so there was a little road section that was maybe a mile long, and I'm hoping this one is about the same. Let me look. So according to my GPS, I pick up the Amherst Canalway Trail in about a half a mile, and so hopefully that is off of the road and not on the road. But anyway, just wanted to give a little update. Okay, I'm about 3 miles from Lockport, and this is called, from the sign here, it says this is the Pendleton Guard Lock. That thing is massive, and I'm guessing it's kind of like a temporary dam type system. I mean, I guess it could be, I mean, it looks like a lock. Maybe they need to raise the water for some reason or lower it for some reason. Anyway, go look it up. I'm sure there's information out there somewhere. I'm gonna keep riding because I'm about 27 or so miles into my ride, and I haven't had lunch yet, and I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna stop in Lockport, and I'll pick things up from there. All right. Whew, I'm running out of steam. I need lunch. I'm about 32 miles in for the day so far, and I'm coming into Lockport. So yeah, I gotta turn. I'm not sure what I gotta do here. I think I gotta turn on Stevens Street, and then I'm gonna go on the bike lane here. So I see one of the markings from the big bike tour. They got these big pink kind of arrow things from when they do the Erie Canal bike tour in, I think it's June or July. Anyway, we're going to come down this way, and then what I'm going to be doing is looking for a place to eat, because I am starving and I need to get off the bike for a little while. So we'll take a look at Lockport and the actual lock and stuff in a few minutes. So I'm in the town of Lockport right now, and this is one of the very large functioning locks in this system, because it is still a used canal system. Tour boats and recreational craft come up and down through here all the time. So the thing is that as you're coming from this end, the water level drops down to this end. So they would basically bring you into this large canal section right here, and you can see the lock gate right there. They would then lower the water level down. I think right now they're actually raising it back up because a boat just went through. And what they'll do is they'll raise the water level up here. They'll let the boats come in down there. They will come into this center section. They'll lower the water level down until it's equal to the water coming out the other side. And yeah, let's ride over there and we'll take a peek real quick. We'll look at the other side here. If I can get my mount on here. All right. I just finished my lunch in Lockport, which was very nice. Went to the pizza place, but I did not get pizza. I got a nice turkey sub, so always good for a turkey sub. All right, I'm gonna just park my bike in the bike rack here, and then we'll walk over and look at the levels here, so you can see how far down that water level has to fall to get those boats from this section up here all the way down. That's a long way down. There's a huge drop in elevation, and you can see the path actually follows along that way, and kind of goes all the way down there to the left side of it. There is a kind of a cool statue that I will walk down to look at, maybe. So there's lots of historical signs here showing you, you know, what's what. You can get a little history of how they built the canals, when they were done, all the things that go into it. I'm not going to get into that. You can go look this stuff up or watch another video. I'm sure there's other people who've done it. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Look at the old canal boat down there though. That is very cool. So I believe, even though I think this side is functional, I don't think they use it. I believe this is the older section of the canal, and they use the larger section over here now for most all of the boat traffic. But anyway, here's kind of a bad view because I've got the sun, but there you go. Big old statue, like these guys are getting their portrait made, and this is basically, I think, a tribute to the workers. So Area 16 Lock Tenders Tribute, and you can see the original photograph. So these were the lock tenders at the Flight of 5 locks in Lockport. There you go. All right, and yeah, it's a nice little area here. People come and sit and watch them raise and lower the boats and have lunches and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go up and get on my bike. I've got about 12 miles to go to Middleport, which is my stop for the evening. So it's only about 2 o'clock, and I'm doing really well on time. It's a nice, easy 12-mile ride, and I think I go through Gasport on the way. And yeah, so let's pop this back on the bike and hit down the trail. So here you can see this is Adams Street Bridge. You can see how they just raised the bridge up in the air. The cool thing is that there's actually a pedestrian walkway, so when it's raised up, you can actually still get across by going up those steps on either side and walking across the walkway. And this one may be closed right now. I see some fencing on here, but that's how it works though, is they would raise that up, let the boat traffic come underneath, and then when the boat's gone, they lower it back down. So I've been slowly gaining on this boat over here to my right. I don't know if it's a no wake zone through here. He's definitely pushing a wake, but you can see how large that boat is. I'll give you a little turn here. There you go. So you can see he's definitely a big boat. Let's see how fast we're going here. Let's slow down a little bit, kind of match his speed. So right now, doing about 9 miles an hour, give or take. So I've been doing 13 or 14, so I kind of caught up to him. He just came through that Lockport Canal not too long ago, just before I gave my little tour. So anyway, just to verify, once you get past Lockport, pretty much all gravel, but it's really nice hard pack, really smooth gravel, no big real chunky stuff. Every now and then there's a little bit, but most of it's really finely crushed and very smooth. And like I've been I've been averaging 10 to 13 miles an hour on here without pushing hard. So it's a good riding surface. And it's flat. Ain't no doubt about it. It is definitely flat. And you know, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have some crap weather at some point in time this week, because it's like almost the second week in October and it's, you know, upper New York. But I have to say, I was definitely blessed with a good start out day, because it's light winds, 65 degrees, clear blue skies. All right, so this is Gasport over here on the right. The town's actually on the other side of the canal, so I could have gone across the bridge if I wanted to go there. But we're going to Middleport, which is only about 30 minutes away. And anyway, but yeah, just these cute little towns along the way. There's not much else out here. I was very tempted. There was a little cut through to an orchard, and I was like, oh, it's so tempting, because you know it's apple season. But I resisted. But anyway, we're going that way. Sorry for the creaking. We're going that way, and yeah, about 6 miles, maybe 30 minutes, something like that. And we will be in our spot for the night. It is, if I can look at my watch, 3 o'clock. So we'll be at our spot for the day by 3:30, 3:45 if I really poke along. And then I think it's time to find a coffee shop, maybe charge my phone, and myself. Okay, well, just before I got into Middleport, I came up to this, I guess they've got a paved embankment here. So, and there's a lot more structure around the canal. There's houses on each side now. So this is Middleport that I'm riding into now, and this is where I'll be camping out for the night. I just have to find the spot where I'll be camping, and I need to find the coffee shop. Yes, this is about 11 miles from Lockport, just so you know. Okay, so just ask someone where the public bathrooms and showers and such are. You come across the bridge here, and then you're going to turn right next to the Portside Bakery and Cafe here. You can come down here, and then I don't know that I'd want to camp on this side. Well, there's a couple of flats. There's a flat spot by the picnic table here. That's actually not too bad. That's not bad. Yeah, so those are public restrooms and showers. The facilities are maintained for your use by your donation. So I'll probably drop the donation in there. I'll probably be camping over there. I don't think that's a problem. What I do want to find is the coffee shop though. So let me go pop open my phone real quick, find the coffee shop, and then go fuel up over there. Okay, I'm here in Middleport, and I grabbed myself a nice little camping spot, and there's my tent, and it is right next to the pavilion, which is right off of trail. Trail's over here. Here's the canal, and there's the trail, and that's Middleport across the bridge there, and heading down that way. The trail continues on towards Syracuse and all that good stuff. Anyway, I did check with the with a police officer, and he said it was fine to camp here, and so that made me very happy. Not to mention the fact that there are power outlets on the pavilion, and they actually work. So I'm gonna grab my sandwich that I got in the little pizza place across the way, and I'm gonna have a sandwich and a drink, and then I'm just gonna kind of flake out and probably get to bed early. I checked the weather, and so far it's looking very promising. So maybe a little bit of rain on Friday, but the rest of it looks good, fingers crossed. So anyway, I will check in with you all tomorrow. That is pretty much a wrap for day one. Oh, and I did, what did I do? 49.6 miles today. So I think I've got even more to do tomorrow. I know my butt bones are not happy right now, so I'm going to give them a rest and see if we can't get geared up and get on the way tomorrow to, I think, Spencerport. So check in with you then. All right, good morning. Just left my campsite, and I'm gonna head on up to Spencerville, I believe is where I'm going today, and staying with a nice gentleman up there that I met on Facebook. Actually, I'm camping in his backyard. I'm not staying in his house. But yeah, it's actually not a bad morning. Morning. It got a little windy last night, which I wasn't expecting, because it was pretty clear when I went to bed. It was fairly calm, but the wind kind of picked up at night. I got up this morning. It was kind of cloudy. Clouds are breaking up now. It's supposed to be a pretty decent day, up in the 60s. And it was not, oh, that's the other thing about last night, it was not very cold. I think it got down to 50, so that's pretty warm. But anyway, I've got a long day today. I think it's another 46 miles or so. And most of the trail, I believe today, is gonna look just like this. Okay, got to the town of Medina, and kind of all the others. Most of the activity is on, I guess that would be the southeast side of the canal. I'm not sure exactly which way we're headed. Well, actually, that would be the south side because I'm heading east right now. But there's a few buildings and whatnots over here. It's a picnic grounds, but yeah, it does appear that most of the town is on the other side. And there's a mural right up here under this bridge that just got finished being painted, I think, a couple of weeks ago. I saw some posts from some folks in the Erie Canal Trail Facebook group, and they were talking to the artist who was still working on it. So I think it's just been finished. So I will slow down and we can take a look at that. Yep, here it is. All right, so I'm going to just turn the camera here a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. And I think it's just kind of showing off what the town is all about. There's of course the Erie Canal and people and churches and apples and deer, and so there you go. That's really cool. Like I said, she just finished working on that, I think maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, if that. So if you're running through Medina, be sure to check out the mural. And then also, I believe, if you need to do some resupply, I think there may be some shops and stuff up here. This looks like a little bit more of an economic area than Middleport was. I don't know that for sure, but definitely could be. There's some big boats moored up on the side over here. Oh, and then there's this big thing. stop and walk bike, rough trail. You know what? I'm okay with that. Because I had a flat tire yesterday and I don't need another one. Which reminds me, I need to stop in, I think, Lockport and get another inner tube. But anyway, it looks like there's kind of restaurants and other things. What would be really nice is if there was like a 7-Eleven or something along those lines to do a little resupply. Not that I need anything at the moment, but it's nice to have those along the trail. The other thing that I hear coming up is the Medina Falls. So there's a waterfall over here around the corner. And yeah, this is a little bumpy right here, I'm not gonna lie. I'm okay to walk my bike on this. Especially since I'm running, you know, not super heavy tires. If I was on my bike last year, I would have no problems riding this because it was a hardtail mountain bike with suspension, but I don't have that this year. All right, I'll fire this back up once we get around to the falls. Okay, there is Medina Falls, and it's really interesting. I don't know if you can see, but right down under here is where that water's coming from, and it actually runs under the canal from that side over there. So there's actually a little river that runs under the canal right here and comes out to the falls. So, very pretty. All right, I'm gonna get off this trail. I would highly advise walking your bike unless you got a mountain bike, because this stuff is really chunky and would do a number on your butt and your tires. Anyway, here's the rest of the area around here. And yeah, Medina Falls. So if you're on the trail and you're coming to the Medina boat ramp, you kind of have to take a left, follow the road out of the boat ramp, and then the trail actually crosses, I believe it crosses over the road. I'm unclear on this one point. I'm looking to see where it comes back. Oh yeah, so it crosses over right here and then continues around the other side. So it does not go under the bridge. You have to kind of come around, follow the road going into the boat ramp, cross over the road, and then it dives back down towards the canal. So there you go, a little info update for you. So this spot right here marks the only road culvert that passes underneath the Erie Canal. There are a couple of other culverts, but they're like drain culverts. But this is the only road culvert, and if you look over here, you can see there's the road, and it doesn't turn, it goes straight underneath and then comes out way over there somewhere. So, and then there's a big arse truck driving down the road. But anyway, it's kind of cool. You don't see a whole lot of these where the water goes over a roadway. So this is Gaines Basin Road in Gaines, New York, I guess. And just a moment ago, I passed a sign stating that I was at the northernmost point of the Erie Canal. So basically from here on out, it starts taking a southeasterly direction. I have been going mostly in a northeasterly, so now we kind of hit that point, and now we're heading southeast. Next town up is Albion. Yeah, take your choice. Anyway, that's coming up next, and I'm trying to figure out the wind here. It's swirling a little bit. It's mostly at my back, but it does kind of swirl a little bit here and there. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of point out the northernmost point, and we'll just keep on pushing forward. Okay, about 25 miles in for my day, and I'm really pooped. I'm not used to stringing long back-to-back days, but anyway, I'm gonna stop in Holly and get some food. There's a couple of restaurant choices in here, so I'm gonna go over the bridge and into Holly, get some food, relax for a few minutes, and then I'll pick things up in about maybe half an hour. Trail goes that way, I'm going that way. Okay, had a delicious lunch at Sam's Diner in Holly. It's like maybe less than a quarter of a mile off the trail, and so now I'm back on the trail. Got a little bit of sprinkles going on, nothing dramatic. In fact, I put my rain jacket on. I don't know if I needed to or not, but if it gets heavier, at least I'm prepared. So let's see what we got here. This is a little park here and a boat ramp, and this is the town of Clarkson. So that's the town of Clarkson, and don't see a whole lot of people on the boat ramps. Not on a Thursday, kind of quiet. But anyway, I'm just going to keep on trucking here. I need to go to Lockport and get myself an inner tube. I don't think I shared this earlier, but I had a flat tire last night when I got into Middleport. And anyway, I've got spare tubes with me. I pulled the tube, I could not find the hole in it, but I did not want to spend all my time trying to blow it up, submerge it, get it wet, try to find a hole. So I put one of the new tubes in, and I just want to stop at there's a bike shop in Lockport, so I want to stop there and get another tube, because I like to have two just in case. And so yeah, so I'll be stopping in Lockport next, and that wasn't too far from Holly. I think it's about 3 or 4 miles. So I'll stop there. I think there's a coffee shop there. I might get some coffee before pushing out to Spencerport, which is my final stop for this day. All right. So one thing I'm going to mention on this trail is that it is all you. There are no downhills. There's no uphills really, but there's no downhills. So you don't get a lot of break from the pedaling. It is just non-stop putting in the miles. So I'm not 100% used to that. And I tell you that my sit bones not happy with me. Haven't quite broken in this new seat altogether. So yeah, got a sore butt. But you know what? Hopefully within a day or two it'll be numb and it won't care. But anyway, on to Lockport. I've got about 5 miles to go for my turnoff to get to the gentleman's house where I'm staying tonight. And I'm 38 miles in for the day. Not very much, but when I stopped in Lockport, I didn't think it was that far. He's actually, I thought he was in Spencerport. He's actually on the other side of Spencerport. That's one. Also, something I ate in the past couple of days, maybe, I don't know. I don't think it could be lunch yet, but something didn't agree with me. So yeah, my stomach is no bueno. I got my inner tube from the bike shop, but then I went a couple doors down and grabbed a cup of coffee and a cookie from a coffee shop, and then I met this older gentleman who lives in the area, and we started just talking about everything, and before I knew it, time had just flown away. So I'm getting a later start than I wanted to out of Lockport. It's farther than I thought it was going to be out of Lockport. It's about 9 miles from Lockport, which, perfect conditions, should only be about 45 minutes. But having what feels like the equivalent of deli belly, yeah, not great. I don't know if it was the water that I got, because I filled up my water bottles at the free bathroom and showers behind the police station last night, or this morning, in Middleport. Maybe it wasn't the most potable of water, I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of riding the struggle bus right now. So there's a sign that says I'm entering the village of Spencerport. It was down by the road, not up here on the trail. Hopefully be turning off to his place in about 3 miles, 3.5 miles. That's the plan. And I've got people sitting in the middle of the trail. So on your right, I tried to smile for you. Photographer, getting some photos. It's a little dark for that now, but you know, that's all right. All right, I'll check in a little bit later.